Hi guys, this is my day 16 of trying fenben. Let's see, let me go ahead and take the fenben first, and then I guess I'll continue to speak to you. I'm going to take 1 gram of fenben from this packet, which is Panacur packet. I'm going to pour 1 gram. Yeah, so this much is about 1 gram. It's kind of primitive. I did have some people making comments that I'm not taking the exact 1 gram because the method I'm using is obviously kind of crude, and it doesn't actually give me an exact 1 gram or even close to it actually. I agree. I agree. I'm not actually getting exact 1 gram or even close to it. Anyway, I took it with some olive oil. But as I've said a few times before, I'm not as concerned about the exact dosage. I mean, does it have to be exactly 1 gram? I don't know. I do not know, but I don't think so, because I can actually take up to maybe up to 2 grams without really having to worry about it being too toxic for my liver or having some side effects. So if I took a little more, it's okay. If I took a little less, it's also okay. That's partly because no one really seems to know the exact and proper dosage for the use of fenben, because obviously it was not designed for human beings, and there has not been enough clinical studies to indicate what is actually the most effective amount or the quantity to be taken. So take a little more, take a little less. Nobody really know. I mean, nobody would know, because there's just not enough objective data to indicate one way or another. All I can say is when I have taken 1 gram, it was okay, and when I took a little more, it was okay. A little less, it was okay. I mean, I'm not taking this to somehow treat some type of a disease. It's just an experiment on my part. I don't have any major illness that I need to take fenben, but I feel that it's important enough for somebody like me to test it out, because the side effects seems to be mild, or maybe not as mild, but that's not as scary. Today is a full day for me at the office, so I'm gonna try to keep this session short. And today I'm not taking any vitamin C or vitamin E. I am only going to take a fenben, and going forward, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not taking any supplements. This is so that I can judge for myself how my body is reacting to fenben and fenben only. And it was difficult for me for a while deciding whether vitamin C was causing flatulence and then sore throat, or was it fenben that was doing it, and also as to the efficacy of vitamin E, whether it's really helping me or whether I am using the proper vitamin E. It became too complicated for me. I think it's better that I keep everything simpler, and that by taking fenben only, I would have a better understanding as to how my body is reacting and what it is reacting to. I did purchase a couple of other medical devices. One is urine analysis, and the other one is blood glucose monitoring system. I've actually used a couple of these things for the past couple of days. I actually do not know how to use it well enough for me to give you a number that is based on proper usage. So I'm going to use it for a couple more days, and once I learn how to use it correctly, and once I have some type of a consistency in my readings, then I'll come back and share with you the information. And thank you, Surya, for making the recommendation that I do this. So I have the urine analysis and then the blood glucose level that I will be monitoring going forward. I do have some numbers already, but I guess not enough to share with you at this point. So far everything seems to be okay except for a couple of numbers, which I will share with you probably in my day 17 or 18 episode. And having said that, there is a YouTube, it's by M2NDR, M2NDR. I'm going to post the link in my description box for my video. And it's a guy who's doing a live test, and he is doing the test himself, on himself, just like I am doing, except that he has more medical background and he is more eloquent and is able to describe the events in a more structured way, which is wonderful. And I have learned from reading his writings on the video clips that the sore throat, it is one of the side effects, pronounced side effects of fenben. So it's not just the vitamin C that's causing it. Now I have learned that fenben can do that, and for me, that had been the case. And then over the weekend, after days 14 and 15, I've had some incidences. I had at night, I was on flame. I had fever. The whole body was very warm. So for 3 nights running, my body was warm, and I wasn't sure if it was the fenben or maybe it was something else that I had eaten, maybe dried persimmon, which I had eaten last week. But after having read his comments and also observing myself and discussing it with other fenben users, I think it is indeed a side effect of fenben that at night it's possible for your body to have a higher temperature. In my case, I was in flames. I was just very warm, and I was very concerned, and I actually was scared, quite scared that something might be happening. But you know, after the first night of the high fever, the second night was a little better, still warmer. Third night kind of tapered off. After that, I'm feeling pretty good. However, I also want to tell you that as a side effect, the upset stomach, I don't know how to describe it. It's not quite upset stomach only, but it's like a stuffiness in your stomach, right here in your solar plex. You feel like something is very stuffy, that you're not able to digest things well. At times you can't breathe too well. So it just feels like something is not sitting right in your stomach. That occurred to me last week, and it continued for maybe 5 or 6 days. I have other fenben users near me who I speak to, seems to be suffering or going through a very similar stages. I think I have perhaps about 20 people that I know that I am actually able to speak to in person who are using fenben. That's a lot of people, quite a few numbers. Some tried and just kind of decided that it wasn't doing anything for them, and others are continuing to use. Obviously, I'm the only one who's really documenting it on somewhat of a regular basis. Anyway, I'm gonna use fenben only with the olive oil and no other supplements going forward. I've had quite a bit of a scare last week, and I actually had to consider whether I really should continue experimenting with the fenben. And it's not a drug that gives you high or anything, so I'm not abusing it. I mean, it's not making me feel, I don't know, different, way different from what I usually do. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm really doing this to somehow get me high. I actually do not know what a high would feel like, since I've never really tried anything like that. But I think it's important enough that we share this type of information. And I also have these additional indicators to tell me if I'm actually, abusing my body or somehow not doing good for myself. Anyway, it's gotten a little bit over 10 minutes again. I'm gonna cut it short. It's a very busy day at my office today, so I'm not sure if I can post it fast enough today, or maybe even if I post it, perhaps the quality may not be as wonderful as it had been before. Anyway, it was good talking to you. I'll come back and talk to you tomorrow and the day after. And I'll also bring those pictures of the toenail fungus, fungal nails, the improvements as to before and after. I think you might be actually pleasantly surprised with the result. Anyway, take care, be good, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.